Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video. Now quickly before anything is said, and if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you might have realized that we have made this video before. And if you notice that, you would be right. Now the only issue with that video was that it was so perfectly timed that the day after we released it, they released a massive mining update that pretty much invalidated the entire video. So today we are returning for season 2 of testing every single mining money making method in Hypixel Skyblock. Now, unlike last time, we are testing everything, and if we didn't do something, I'm sorry. We are going to be going from the best methods, such as gemstones, all the way down to the worst, like Endstone. Now, this is ensuring that you will never need to watch another mining guide other than this one. Right, Hypixel? Now, before going into this video, we do quickly want to ask you guys to subscribe. We are trying to slowly overtake Yachty in subscribers, and we have fallen a bit behind because we haven't uploaded in a while. So, if you could please check that you're subscribed, it would mean the world to us, and the opposite of whatever meaning the world is to Yachty. Thank you very much. Now, before anything, let's talk about a few disclaimers that will make watching this video a little bit more bearable. First things first, if you are watching this long into the future, please check the description. If there is a major mistake in our testing that we need to retest after the editing of this video, or if Hypixel makes an update in the future that makes one of these methods better or worse, we'll leave all that information in the description below. Now, something that we cannot account for is how everyone that's watching this video will have a different mining setup. So predicting how much you will exactly make in an hour with your setup is impossible. But what we can tell you is 1, what our stats are going into this, and 2, what setup we are using. Now, every test in this video is performed with the best of the best maxed mining gear and any reasonable buff to have active. Another thing to mention is ping and skill. Firstly, we both average around 20 to 30 ping, and ping makes a huge difference when it comes to mining. So for our results, it should give us some of the best possible results. Now, the other thing is skill. Now, of course, we aren't completely clueless when we did any of these tests, but one thing for sure is that some people who have spent thousands of hours perfecting diamond mining will just ultimately have very slightly better rates than us who've only ever done it for about an hour. Now, finally, the last thing that we'll mention here is a few of the base gear things that won't change test to test. And that first starts out with equipment, which currently, the best possible equipment is a Pendant of Devon, both the Sapphire Cloak and Jade Belt, and the Dwarven Handwarmers. These are all recombed and reforged to blazing. Now, my Devon's drill will be reforged to lustrous unless mentioned otherwise. We will also be manning a Candypat unless mentioned otherwise. We will mention for you guys to use these when you mine, but in order to make this fair, all RNG dependent Heart of the Mountain perks have been disabled, and this includes things like skymall, front loaded, and everything else. Now, when it comes to using our mining ability, we have also made sure each time that we equip our bow pet and hold a drill with a blue cheese and a perfectly cut fuel tank for a 20% cooldown reduction. And finally, a Filet of Fortune, and when needed, a chilled pristine potato will be consumed for every single test. Now, this is also a very important thing to mention, and if it's not obvious enough, we will be including the money per hour from each method. The thing is that this video won't update throughout time, so if you are watching this video far out from its release date, we would recommend double checking the prices of whatever you fancy. We will make it easy and give you the amount of an ore we mine during that hour, so it's not that much of a pain to calculate. Now that should be all we have to cover here. There is a lot more to explain when we get to each different ore, but till then we should just start off with our first. And just a little FYI, something you might have noticed, but each section of this video is chaptered, meaning you can skip ahead. And if there's a specific ore or whatever you're looking for, it is made very convenient for you to find it. Anyway, let's actually begin the video. Now let's first start off with basic cobblestone. Now, the method of mining is pretty self-explanatory and very mind-numbing to do. Now, all you need for this is full glossy mineral armor, and that's for the block spread, a Candypat, and of course your main and a blue cheese drills. As far as location goes, you would want to be doing this on the bridge connecting to the king in the Dwarven Mines, and all you want to do is simply run up and down while holding left click. The main Heart of the Mountain perks you need for this are simply just Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, skymall, Blockhead, and Fortunate Mine Mat. The mining ability of choice is going to be Maniac Miner, and here are the rates that we got while testing. Next up, we have another basic one, and that is sand. Now again, we will be sticking to our full glossy mineral setup with our Candypat, but unlike the other methods in this video, we will need to use a shovel. Any shovel that instantly mines sand works, but you might as well use a promising shovel just to get the milestone on it up, because why not? Now you still do want to be using a blue cheese drill, and location wise, we will be doing this in the Mushroom Desert. The important Heart of the Mountain perks include Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, skymall, Blockhead, and Fortunate Mine Man, and once again, the ability is going to be Maniac Miner.
Oh, and something I forgot to write in the script is that for this, we ended up using a black cat with a quick claw on it. From what I know, it's only slightly better to actually use this, but I made one, so I might as well have used it for the test.
The rates for sand are going to be here on screen. Next up we have Flint, which is a very annoying material to test. To start off, the lobbies in which you mine Flint in is the spider's den. You will need to use a flint shovel to guarantee that you get Flint, as gravel is pretty much worthless. The issue about these lobbies is that the gravel here generates extremely slowly, meaning you will be forced to mine out a lobby and then swap to find a new one. Now when you have multiple people doing this, it means a lot of lobbies that people will swap into will just be fully mined out. So keep in mind here that the rates listed are not perfect, and that they could be a lot higher if we were to always have a consistent full lobby, but that just isn't realistic for anybody. Anyways, here we use full glossy mineral along with our flint shovel and a blue cheese drill. The Heart of the Mountain perks were Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Blockhead, and the ability was a Maniac Miner. And then here are the rates shown on screen. Mycelium and red sand are a fun one, as since people are always in a constant rush to do Kudra, no matter how long time passes, mycelium and red sand will always be worth a good amount. Now for this test, we group these together as the rates are the exact same and they go for nearly the same price on the bazaar. Now if you are deciding which one to do, just do whichever based on bazaar prices is higher. They should be always very similar, but if mycelium's like 5 coins more expensive, then go do Mycelium. Now, the important Heart of the Mountain perks for this are Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Blockhead, and the ability is going to be, believe it or not, Maniac Miner.
And hey, I am back again to quickly tell you that for this test, we also used a black cat with a claw on it. If you didn't hear before, this is slightly better than using a skata, but for these tests, and especially if you're going to do this for a while, you might as well get one. It's like 300 mil, and this method will easily make that money back.
Now, the rates for these blocks go as followed. Now, Dwarven Ores are a wonderful thing, as they make such a ridiculous amount of money and there is so much variety. Now, disclaimer, if you clicked here and didn't look, we will not be looking at coal and gold yet, as their crystal hollow counterparts produce way more than they do in the Dwarven mines. Now, for all of these ores, we will be using 3/4 Devon with 1 piece of glossy mineral. We are back to using our Devon drill along with our blue cheese second drill. And finally, for the Heart of the Mountain perks, the main ones we recommend you max are going to be Mining Speed and Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Old School, Skymall, Speedy, and Fortunate Mineman. And the ability we recommend is, believe it or not, Maniac Miner. Now with all of that out of the way, here is a rapid fire of all these stats that we have of all the Dwarven Ores. Alright, after all of those, let's move on to the Crystal Hollows, and in this case, coal. Coal is so much better in the Crystal Hollows comparative to what it is in the Dwarven Mines, and that is fully thanks to coal routes. Now, using routes, we were able to consistently dig into coal veins and make just an incredible amount of money doing so. At the time of recording this, coal prices are extremely high due to how habanero tactics got changed, so if you're seeing this relatively early, it is time to get mining. The route that we used was some random Badline client route, so we aren't going to share that, but if you look into the Mining Cult Discord server, finding a route is not hard at all. Now, anyway, with 3/4 Devon armor and a piece of glossy mineral, along with the Devon's drill and blue cheese drill, we can nearly get started, right after we talk about the important Heart of the Mountain perks. Now, in order, we have Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Mole, Old School, and Skymall. We also have Speedy and Fortunate Mineman, and most importantly, your ability is going to be Maniac Miner. A little tip that you can use that does slow your rates but can help you out in the long run if you don't have max gemstone powder is that this is the perfect excuse to powder mine. You're going to be mining an insane amount of hardstone doing this, going from vein to vein. We obviously didn't do this, but if you are not max gemstone powder, I believe this is a very good thing for you to do. Anyways, no more tips and tricks. Here are the stats. For gold, we will be using the heated reforge. Now this gives more mining fortune and speed depending on how much heat you have. This means that if you want to mine gold, first you want to find a lobby that while you're standing at Y level 64, you can reach the gold. Next you want to get somewhere within the range of 96 to 99 heat. And this is so you can use the heated ability as much as possible. The best way that we found is simply by just sitting in lava for a while until you reach the desired heat. You might be wondering what happens when you hit 100 heat, and it's pretty simple. You just jump. Heat dissipates pretty quickly, so if you jump once or twice, you'll go down to 1 to 2 heat levels, and it should take a good minute before you'll have to lower it again. Now that we've explained heat, let's explain the setup. To make something that we're about to say make sense, let's talk about the Heart of the Mountain tree. The important perks for us are Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Old School, Skymall, Speedy, and Fortunate Mineman. Okay, so keep it cool, but this time we are using Mining Speed boost. No more Maniac Miner. Even though we are mining with full glossy mineral, we can't simply just insta-mine with mining speed boost, and rather we will need to swap to our Dwarven's armor, use the ability with our blue cheese drill, and then swap back for it to work properly. It is a little bit of a pain to get used to, but once you get into the rhythm of it, you don't even notice that you're doing it. Now with that, here are your rates. So I don't know why anyone would ever mine Glacite. We even confirmed this by talking to Ironman, and they said they've never needed to mine Glacite once in their life, but we did say that we were testing everything, so here we go. Glacite mining is as simple as it sounds. Run around, break Glacite, and use Picobolus on cooldown. Now there are two tips for this. One is that you probably want to main blue cheese on your main drill for this, and second is that if you ever get a Mineshaft, you should enter it, simply just to reset your pickaxe ability cooldown. Anyway, for this you'll want to wear full Dwarven's armor, and since you're maining a blue cheese, you won't need anything to swap to. The Heart of the Mountain perks are Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, skymall, Blockhead, Speedy, and Fortunate Mineman, and for the ability, we're going to be using Picobolus. The rates for the Glacite are right here on screen for you. Now, ice mining is a little bit RNG dependent. You want to mine ice on the Jerry Island, and for this, you'll ideally want to be using a Pioneer pickaxe reforged to Fleet. But realistically, any pickaxe will work. Now, the idea behind this is on the Jerry Island, there is the big ice cave, but in there are a lot of RNG drops like enchanted packed ice, which is a lot of ice all at once. For this test, we didn't include that, but rather only the ice we mined. So if you're doing this yourself, keep in mind you should be getting a decent amount more, just depending on your RNG. With full glossy mineral, your pickaxe and a blue cheese drill, along with the simple Heart of the Mountain tree of Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, skymall, Blockhead, and Fortunate Mineman, as well as using Maniac Miner for your ability, these are the rates that you'll be getting. Mithril mining is as old as time. It is the original mining moneymaker, and it will always just be a wonderful money-making method. It's pretty self-explanatory, being that you'll want to mine above the Glacite bridge. You'll want to wear full Dwarven's armor with your main and blue cheese drill. The Heart of the Mountain perks are going to be Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Titanium Insanium, Efficient Miner, skymall, Speedy, Fortunate Mineman, Strong Arm, and Metalhead, with the pickaxe ability of Maniac Miner. Now with that out of the way, here are the rates. Mineshaft mining is a very popular source of mining, especially during the fiestas. Now let's quickly break down how it works. Now of course, by the name, you'll be focusing on Glacite mineshafts. To spawn these in, we recommend that you mine Peridot for consistent money while you're spawning them. And once in a mineshaft, the main ones we want to focus on are Peridot, Opal, and Jasper. Now these all make great money, especially mixed in if you find a good one with multiple lapis corpses that can make a ton of money. On top of all of this, you have the crystal mineshafts. Crystals are worth a ton, and in some situations, like Peridot crystals, could go over for 10 million coins per pop. I don't know if that's how you say that. We're going to keep it in though. For this, you should be in full Dwarven's armor with your main and blue cheese drill. If you are in a mineshaft with 2 corpses, we recommend that you swap to a Glacite Golem, as it is technically better. For the Heart of the Mountain tree, there are a lot, and that includes Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Mole to get around in the mineshafts, Gem Lover, Professional, skymall, Speedy and Fortunate Mineman, No Stone Unturned, Steady Hand, Warm Heart, Surveyor, Eager Adventurer, Rags to Riches, Crystalline, Mineshaft Mayhem, Mining Master, and a Dead Man's Chest. All with a mining speed boost as your ability. Now, we did a 2-hour and 20-minute test for this, and here are the results. Now, I'm not quite sure if people do this anymore, but here's Jade mining anyways. Nothing changed with Jade mining since release. You still do it in the Mines of Dwarven, and all you need for this is full Dwarven's armor with your main and blue cheese drill, along with the following Heart of the Mountain perks: Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Gem Lover, Professional and skymall, Speedy and Fortunate Mineman, Mining Master, and of course Mining Speed Boost for the ability. Now the rates are as follows. Hardstone mining might be the most satisfying thing that we're covering today, and for this we recommend that you go to the top of the crystal hollows for the least interruptions mining wise. We recommend full glossy mineral, and this time we're going to be using an armadillo pet, as the mining spread outweighs the fortune from the Skatha. We are going to use Fleet for Hardstone rather than Lustrous, but we still will be using our main and blue cheese drill. The Heart of the Mountain perks for this are simply Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Mole, Old School, skymall, Blockhead, Speedy, and Fortunate Mineman. And for the ability, we'll be using Maniac Miner. For this, if not obvious, we aren't aiming for powder chests, but rather only Hardstone and the occasional ores that we are forced into mining. Anyway, here are the rates. So I don't even really know how this made the list, but here we go. Endstone mining takes place in the end, specifically in the Dragon's Nest. For this, you will also want to be using a Fleet drill. You will also want to be wearing full glossy mineral armor. You'll want a main and a blue cheese drill, and for the Heart of the Mountain tree, it is just Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Blockhead, Speedy, and Fortunate Mine Man, and the ability is going to be Maniac Miner. Anyway, here are the useless rates that are helpful to nobody, but we still did it anyway. Here they are. Here you go. Here they are. Here are the rates. Now on to something kind of cool to talk about, and that is Obsidian mining. First, you'll want to be mining this on the roof of the End Island, and there are a few things for this. First, if you want to get very statistical here, you'll want to use a Dragon Fade Cloak for an extra 4 mining fortune. We will be using Fleet on our drill here as well. Next, we are going to be using full glossy mineral and our main and blue cheese drill. And for the Heart of the Mountain tree, we will be using the perks of Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Blockhead, Speedy, and Fortunate Mine Man. And for the ability, Mining Speed Boost, as we will be able to insta-mine the Obsidian with Mining Speed Boost. The rates for this method go as followed. Glowstone mining is pretty boring as the veins are small, but what can you do about that? They also made it horrible by making the blocks turn into bedrock rather than despawning, but that doesn't change the fact that we still need to cover this. Mining on our full glossy mineral set and our main and blue cheese drill, we can mine glowstone inside the volcano on the Crimson Isle. The main Heart of the Mountain perks for this are simply Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Blockhead, Speedy, and Fortunate Mine Man, and your ability is going to be Maniac Miner. Also, make sure you're using Fleet for this to break the most blocks. Anyways, the rate are as follows. Now it is time for ruby mining, the most innocent form of mining, which has had no problems ever before in the history of Hypixel. Now let's make it difficult again by talking about the heat system. For this, we will be using the heated reforge for its ability to give more mining fortune and speed whilst at a high heat level. So whilst mining, we want to make sure that we are at a heat of 90 to 99. This can be simply done by standing in lava for a few minutes and leaving once at the desired heat level. For this, we will be using the Balpet, as there is no easy way to control your heat, unlike in the Mines of Devon. So if you do ever reach 100 heat, the best way to dissipate your heat is through drinking a water bottle, which will decrease your heat by 10, or by killing a mob, decreasing your heat by 4. For this, we will be using full Devon's armor and our main and blue cheese drill. Again, we will only be using the Balpet. And for the Heart of the Mountain tree, it goes Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Gem Lover, Professional, Skymall, Keep It Cool, Speedy, and Fortunate Mine Man. And finally, Mining Master. Hold up, guys. I want to do a little complaint real quick. Pat wrote the script for this video, and he puts weird commas in the Heart of the Mountain perks. That's why I sound weird when I say them, because I don't know when it stops. Anyways, sorry. Now for the perk, we'll be using Mining Speed Boost, and we should be using this on Topaz rather than Ruby for a little bit of extra money. If you are an Iron Man, this shouldn't apply to you, and you should just keep mining Ruby because gemstones all sell to the NPC for the same price. Also, again, sorry we aren't giving out any codes for any of these methods, so if you do want to find some easy to use codes, Mining Cult is your place to go. It will be linked in the description. And anyway, here are the rates. Hey guys, if you skipped to this point in the video, I am sorry, but please cut back to the Ruby part, as the setup and strategy is the exact same, but it is pretty useless to repeat. So if you just go back and watch the Ruby part, you will understand. The only reason that we also tested Amber in this case is that all of the Crystal Hollow Gems have the same breaking speed and price on the Bazaar. Now this is just the normal profile friendly method, as this will make more to the Bazaar than Ruby does. Anyway, here are the results. Congratulations and welcome to the final test of the video, and that will be Umber and Tungsten mining. Now this is pretty chill, and it does include the use of mineshafts. Now whilst mining these, we recommend that if you ever get a mineshaft to always enter it, and if it's an Umber or Tungsten mineshaft, you should stay and mine it out. Otherwise instantly leave and your mining ability perk will be fully reset. Something to keep in mind about this method is that Umber and Tungsten are similarly priced. Also, for the most money possible, you should also be selling refined, meaning that you'll have to spend time forging it for a little bit of extra profit. The route that I made for this test included both Umber and Tungsten, as that just seemed the most reasonable. It was a little uneven results-wise, but hey, that doesn't really matter unless you're an Iron Man. Even if you are, and you want to figure out how much you would get, let's say only Umber mining, adding together both the results from Umber and Tungsten should give you that answer, because it's just the total amount of ores that you're mining. Now for the setup, we used full Devon's armor with the main and blue cheese drill. The Heart of the Mountain tree had the perks of Mining Speed, Mining Fortune, Precision Miner, Efficient Miner, Skymall, Quick Forge, Speedy and Fortunate Mine Man, Strong Arm, and a Metal Head, Warm Heart, Surveyor, Mineshaft Mayhem, Eager Adventurer, Rags to Riches, and for the ability, Mining Speed Boost. Sorry for that whole jumble of perks. Anyways, here are the final results for the video.
Alright, and I'm back again because even though I put an outro in the script, Vid did not read it. Nice. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, hopefully you learned something new and it wasn't just a waste of your time watching this. This video took 2 months to record, if you couldn't tell by some of the clips being in January. It didn't take that long to record. We were just lazy and kind of busy IRL. Hopefully more consistent uploads soon, but yeah, we just thought this was appropriate to upload as so many people are still watching our old video, and not a half, I would say half the information at this point is inaccurate because of updates and whatever. So hopefully there's no major updates that will make this guide invalidated again, and if there are, please check the description as you are watching this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully we won't see you in another 2 months.